The reason I have unmuted Victoria is because she is bloody awesome at social media and works for Seller Central Setup, which is a business that has helped heaps of people do all of the necessary things to get themselves set up and selling on Amazon, kind of outsourcing all that shit for you. So, with that little sell being done, Victoria, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Guys, can you hear the lovely dulcet tones of Victoria? All good. All right, fantastic. So, now, if you want me to pull any websites up, Victoria, let me know, hun. Otherwise, I'll let you kind of just rattle off some of your ideas.
Okay. So building your followers on Facebook, basically. There's a few things that you need to do, but the main thing is being consistent. So posting every day, being consistent with your branding, being consistent with your voice of how you're going to speak to customers, being very authentic, not making too many outbound links because Facebook absolutely hates it and they will not show your page to many people, so your followers won't actually get to see what's going on your page. And I always say have not just selling posts. So I say have 4 different types of posts. Have just to make it easy, I always say have an inspirational post, an educational post, an entertaining post, and then the 4th post being a selling post. So the selling post, you can link it directly to your Facebook shop, which in your Facebook shop has your links over towards Amazon, and you can also have that in your button as well. Now, people always say, I don't really want to buy it my friends, but I'm not sure why, because that is one of the main ways that we can build our business. And so there's a big button on the right-hand side that says invite your friends. So I would definitely click that. And it's always their choice whether to accept the invitation or not, so they don't have to. What are some other things? That's probably about it, just being really consistent. And also, building a Facebook following, you don't have to be on there every single day. To make sure that you're not actually spending your whole entire time on Facebook. Just make sure you're scheduling all of those posts so that you can spend your time then answering the questions or going into other groups and recommending your group, and looking at different followers and seeing how the competition is working, that kind of thing. So instead of being there, actually trying to build your business as well.
Wonderful. That's fantastic. And Victoria, if people want to find you to get some help, how do they do
that? Just go to the Social Media Insights group, which is growing amazingly, which is very, very cool. It's very exciting.
All right, fantastic. So make sure you do that. Get yourself after that. Go and check out what Victoria's doing. She does wonderful, wonderful work in that and has been massively, massively helpful within the Aussie online entrepreneurs too. So big thanks for that, Victoria.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. All right, I've muted Victoria. All right, so that's all really, really great, solid advice. And I wanted to get Victoria on because she is bloody awesome at that. And I also wanted to give you another thing to think about as well. So when I set up my own social media strategy, one thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a big brand. That's kind of in my mind, that's what I'm looking to do. How can I build a big brand really, really quickly and get as many people as possible to know about this business so I get the most possible chances to make sales for the products that I sell. So in my mind, that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve when I'm putting these businesses together. And I have found over and above what Victoria has said, which is all brilliant information, another thing that I really like to do is I go out of my way to try and create content, so social media content that is incredibly shareable, really, really shareable and viral kind of content. Now, Does that mean that every single piece of content that I create goes viral? No, not in any way, shape, or form does it mean that. However, if you start with that in mind, it actually gives you a great framework from within which to think about your content creation strategy. So, here's what I have found on my own kind of Amazon businesses and Amazon products that I sell. Here's the content that we create that gets shared the most. So, and this is in from the most to the least, and I'm going to give you the top 3. So the most is something that makes you feel good inside. Something that makes you feel good inside. And typically that's some kind of feel-good story. And when you're in a business where you're selling a product, typically that's all about a product that you're selling and how it's helped a customer or something like that. So you can build a feel-good story out of that really simply. The other thing I find next is giving advice about something. So the thing that I love to do is to do 10 ways to do X, for instance, is a really great strategy to get content that gets shared heaps and heaps and heaps. 10 ways to bake the perfect cookie. 10 ways to clean your barbecue without getting dirty. I don't know, whatever it may be. But 10, for some weird reason, seems to be the best number 2. But giving advice about ways to do stuff always gets shared a lot, which is really, really great. That's just free marketing for you. And then the other stuff which we've only just recently started doing, but has actually proven to be incredibly shareable, and I had no idea that this was the case. This was a suggestion from somebody else. It's not my idea, but we started doing it and it's worked really, really well for us, and that's behind the scenes stuff. So an example of that, when we do Amazon product photography, if we do a little video, behind the scenes video of the photography being done, it's just amazing to me, but people love that. People absolutely love that behind the scenes processes. They seem to really love it. And so that's something we're doing more and more. That really, really gets shared a lot. Behind the scenes stuff. So is that. I should also say as well that you can create content that will get shared a lot, but it's actually not very good to create. So that's things like memes, for instance, get shared heaps, but the people that they get shared amongst, there's nothing to draw them back to your business. There's nothing to actually, you're not going out to your customers. Whilst it gets shared a lot, and by all means do it, it's just not great for your business, okay, in terms of making sales. The other thing is inspirational quotes. Again, for some reason, they get shared heaps, but they ain't so good for your business. The folks who are kind of monitoring that and looking at it, they're not so interested in your products. They're more interested in the inspirational quote, okay? And the final thing is cute animals and pictures of kids get shared heaps. But again, unless you're actually selling in those niches, and if you're selling in those niches, everything should be about cute animals and cute kids, okay? But if you ain't, then it's actually pretty difficult to build them into your content and still make it look that it's meant to be there without it looking disingenuous, for instance, okay? So there's that. And then anything else I would say over and above that? The other thing that we have found in order of getting shared, to get social media followers for your business, is video gets shared without a doubt the most. Like, it doesn't even compare. Video gets shared the most. After that, it's images. And the more images you have on a post, the more likely you are that the person looking at your post finds an image that they want to share, and so they'll share all of the posts. So more images, the better. And I think I mentioned already, but lists do really, really well. 10 ways to do X and shit like that. They always work really, really well as well. So That's some interesting stuff to think about from Victoria, and some additional ways of thinking about it from me. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.